Hi, so this is an unscripted video, so I apologise if it's a bit all over the place. So what's been on my mind recently is that you should do things in life that make you happy. So this could be big things or small things. Small things being things like me wearing these cat ears and wishing desperately that we could wear them out in public. Or they can be bigger things such as moving to a different country because you're tired of English terrible weather. There are also different factors that come into doing things that make yourself happy. For example, people find happiness helping others, whereas other people are more selfish and do things for them that make them happy. Me, for example, I'm a little bit of both. I will do things for me that make me happy, but I also find a great deal of happiness doing things for other people. This can be quite a controversial subject, and there's loads of different tangents that I could go off on, and I'll try and cover all of them briefly to not make this something that's going to go on for 10 million years. So if we start with the people that do things solely for themselves to make themselves happy and they can seem like a little bit selfish, that is good to have in proportion, because ideally it is your life and you want to be happy. But as I said, this can be seen as selfish and can lead to things like losing friends or losing out on experiences, and then ultimately years and years in the future you find yourself not happy through things you've done in the past that were meant to make you happy. So let's say, as a really bad example, that you wanted to buy the new Xbox One because it would make you happy, but then it meant that you would be short on rent. So you go and buy the Xbox One, but then that means that your housemates are unhappy with you because they now have to cover your rent. This could then lead on to your flatmates and you having a disagreement, having a falling out, and ultimately you losing some friends. Ultimately, it doesn't seem that bad because you make friends throughout life, but you will be unhappy because you may miss that friend, or you then have to live in a house for a year with people that hate you. It's a very bad example, but you can see what I'm trying to say, that by being selfish you could ultimately end up unhappy even though the thing at the time makes you happy. You then have the people that get their happiness from doing things for others, which then is fine for a while, but I found that most people I know that are this way inclined come to a point in their life where they figure out that they're actually not happy with doing everything for everyone else and not doing anything for themselves. So then it can either flip round totally and they'll become really selfish and become into the other person I mentioned before, or they just end up having a big mental breakdown. So those are the two different kinds of people. There are things you can do to make sure that you are happy in life. As I said before, there are things like moving to another country if you are unhappy, leaving a job, buying a new car. Things like that are pretty big things that could make you happy for a very, very long time. But ultimately what I've been thinking about is there a way to make sure that you are happy for the whole of your life, so that you don't go through a period where you think, I am really unhappy and I don't know what's happening? Raise your hand if you're in that situation right now. So I think it's going to be easier to explain my point if I explain the situation I'm in. I think I'm going to put the cat ears back on while I explain the situation, just so I can keep a little bit of my happiness. So the situation that I'm in the minute is that I'm at university in my second year, and university isn't really making me that happy. I'm struggling for money, I can't find a job, not really enjoying the course I'm doing as much as I thought I would. And you know, it's general student issues. But at the same time, if I were to leave university, I would have to move back home with my mum, I would have to try and find a full-time job there, I would then be paying student loans off for basically nothing. And it just seems like either way, I'm not going to be happy. If I stay at university, I'm not going to be happy. If I go home and live with my parents and try and find a full-time job and think, what have I done with the past 2 years of my life? I'm not going to be happy either way. So you can see the dilemma I'm in, right? So I've been trying to figure out if there's anything that I could do to try and make sure that ultimately I am happy. And yes, I know if I stay in university and get a degree, I might get the job that I want, and then ultimately later on in life I'm going to be happy. But that doesn't fix that I'm not happy right now. And why should I have to put myself through 3 years of being miserable to then maybe be ultimately happy in the future? Kind of sucks that I'm one of those people that I hate not knowing what's coming, so the idea of the future freaks me out. But the only solution I can really come up with is to keep doing little things while I'm at university that try and make me happy. For example, wearing the cat ears. It makes me happy for the duration that I'm wearing them. If I keep doing little things like that to try and keep me happy for little periods of time throughout the time that I'm at university, and then maybe get my ultimate job that then makes me happy, is that the best idea? that I can come up with? Is that the best thing I can do? Well, that really didn't make any sense. Sorry. You know, there's just all these celebrities or YouTubers or, you know, famous speech givers that try and tell you that you have to do what makes you happy in life. But they never cover what happens when you don't know what will make you happy. When you can't see an option that makes you happy, what do you do then? I think that's something that needs addressing. They do say that life is short, and if there's something that you want to do, then you should just go and do it. But what about the fear of if it doesn't make you happy and it doesn't go right, and then it makes you worse? It must seem like I'm bringing a downer on everything right now, and I apologize for that. But I do think that it is a good thing to try and have goals for what you want to do in the future, so then you have something to work towards and something to look forward to. Like, for example, when I come out of university, I ultimately want to work in game audio and probably want to move to New Zealand, even though I know that my career opportunity isn't going to be out there. I'd quite like to live out there for a year, and it's going to be super cool to have Christmas in the summer. Light is terrible. What even is this? God. Do you know what? Everyone seems to have this dream that they want to have a really good job that pays really good money, have a massive house and get some sports cars. And I don't think that's what makes people happy anymore. And ultimately, if you have, say, for example, a good group of friends, you're never going to want to do better, so you're never going to be upset. Whereas if you say your goal was to buy a sports car and a big house, and then you get the car and the house, you're happy for a certain amount of time, and then after that, you're going to want to upgrade because it's materialistic things you're going to want to upgrade for them to make you happy. That's why you get updates on your phone or you get new games consoles that come out, because everyone is going to want to upgrade at some point because they're going to get bored with what they have and then be unhappy. Whereas if you have a group of friends, you're not really going to want to upgrade because those friends are ultimately going to keep making you happy. So yeah, I'm sorry about this being a bit all over the place. It's just, I got this idea in my head this evening and I thought I had to make a video about it today. So I think I'm going to keep these cat ears on for the rest of the night and just go walking about and see what people do. Maybe I should just go the whole way and make myself extremely happy. Let's do it. There you go. See little things that make you happy. Definitely going to keep this on all night and go and walk around. Bye.